everybody, and welcome to the Urbana Tigers Media Network presentation of the 5th Annual Urbana Girls Soccer Invitational. Just underway here at Urbana High School, the football field at UHS. I'm Joey Wright, along with Shelbert Nance. And Shelbert, what are we going to be looking for from the Tigers in this one? They've had an up-and-down season so far.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the Tigers' campaign so far?
I mean, hopefully we can get some heart playing on the side. I know the players are feeling really good about the coach, coming from volleyball, and some of them have a close relationship with her. So, hopefully they can play their hearts out and get up a W today.
That's a good point, Shelbert. Head coach Erica Menig, as St. Edward kicks the ball out of bounds. Erica Menig, the volleyball coach, also the soccer coach. Her husband, I believe, Chris Menig, was just hired as the varsity basketball coach for girls basketball. He's a very successful coach at St. Thomas More.
He was assistant coach for the girls at the U of I, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, U of I, Arizona State, I think Stephen Waller said, the athletic director.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, great hire in her husband, Chris Menig. There was some initial speculation as to how effective Erica Menig would be as a soccer coach, but I think she's really got this program trending in the right direction.
Yeah, she's pulling through. I mean, first on, I think she had a few doubters, but I think she started turning it around.
Yep. I mean, you're always going to have doubters, initially,
right,
starting out, but yeah, she has done a good job of silencing those doubters as the ball goes out of bounds.
I mean, as of right now, the only thing I'm doubting is the weather. I think it's been spring since March 20th, but with the snow and everything, today we had
sleet,
a few minutes ago.
That's a good point. Now, I wanted to mention that earlier. It is it's just a cold, icy, windy, nasty day outside here in Urbana, Illinois.
Yeah, it's been extremely windy for the past few weeks.
Yeah. And that came to a head at a track meet here at Urbana High School last Saturday. I mean, it had track mat, the high jump mat blew over and actually hit some people. Luckily, no injury. Yeah, luckily there were no injuries there, but
no casualties though.
No casualties, but yeah, it was a mess. The hurdles were a fun event to watch that afternoon, as St. Edward will throw it inbounds. Tigers look to be going to the goal.
Yeah.
The leftmost goal, I should say. Go ahead.
After a slow start, but it's number 4, Lexi Jones, pressures.
Kiodara the header. St. Edwards battles for it. Urbana will come out of it. Kaylee McQueen. St. Edward is there to kick it back. That is Rebecca Hanks, it looks like, battling for.
Playing aggressive.
They are playing aggressive ball, and it will go the other way. What I've seen from Urbana, Shelbert, this year, they do a pretty good job of controlling the ball. They don't allow it on their side of the field too often. No
dilly-dallying in the back of the half whenever they have possession. Like to play smart as any team would like to.
Yep.
Don't want to give up a good possession or any goals at that.
Yep. But although when it is on their side of the field, they do need to tighten up that defense a little bit.
Yeah.
That's been their weakness from what I've seen all year.
Yeah, from time to time it becomes pretty lackadaisical and people walk and stuff, but, hopefully that will change as far as attitude.
This is Asia Ravon, now Lexi Jones, and it's going to be kicked out of bounds by St. Edward. No, by Urbana. St. Edward will keep possession of it. We are inside the press box here at McKinley Field this afternoon. First time since I've been here that we've been in the press box. I'd like to thank our producer on top of the press box, Jason Leggett. He's on the camera.
Yeah, we lucked out on not having to go up there. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Big thanks to him. 34 left in the half. 35-minute quarters this afternoon instead of the customary 40. This is a tournament, so they're certainly looking to expedite the process of getting these games underway. Here's Hanks. Battling for it. She'll come away with it.
She starts to break away. I think she's looking for somebody to pass to. She's still carrying.
And she's just going to kick it away. Lexi Jones, the Urbana player closest, but St. Edwards will control it.
As Becca passed the ball, she was looking for Jones, but Jones didn't make the run. She's battling for it right now.
Out of bounds. We'll see who that's called out on. Looks like it'll stay with Urbana.
Jones was throwing.
Finds Sierra Poor, but she's got to run backwards to get it. Kicks it back, and it looks like that's Cora McQueen there to field it. Now it's Medella. She falls down, gets back up, kicks it.
Yeah, Medella's dressed pretty properly for this weather today.
Yeah, no doubt. She looks like she's got the sweatpants on and what could be a hoodie there under the jersey.
Just about. I think Kayla McQueen has shocked a few people this year. I know, I'm one of them. I watched her play last year, and she was an okay player, you know. But everybody has a few things to work on. But she came back this year, and she almost looked like a new, completely different player.
Yeah, and that really highlights, I should say, the strengths of putting in work in the off season. You know, you work hard enough at something, it'll pay off. And I should point out that, I mean, you'll see a lot of that with this Urbana girls soccer program. They have a huge program. I mean, tons of players on the JV and freshman level.
Yeah, they do. I think there's about 4 or 5 players from class 2019 playing up on varsity.
Yeah.
I know P-Woo's one. And there are a few other players on the bench sitting.
Bree Donald, I see, is a freshman. Courtney Falk.
Yeah.
Kara Moonrow, freshman.
So a lot of young talent, you know, looking to make strides in the varsity area.
Allie Henges, I know, played basketball and I believe volleyball at the middle school level.
All right. I believe Courtney Falk.
Courtney Falk, again, she played basketball as well, yeah. And P-Well Medella, Rachel Gatewood, and Rebecca Owen. Daughter of District Superintendent Donald Owen, who just peeked his head
he did.
in the press box here.
Yeah.
He was in attendance at the talent show last night.
He was.
Hosted by me and Kyle Robinson. That show was a lot of fun, I got to say, Shelbert. You were there, too. You were working the curtains. My tie got a lot of compliments.
Yeah, it did. And you got me a lot of compliments today.
Yeah, because I highlighted you when you were on the stage, moving the piano a few times.
By my lonely, but, you know, it's all cool. It's all good.
I mean, and while we were off on that tangent, looks like St. Edward did manage to get the ball to the Urbana side of the field. Candy Luddy, the goalie, was there, and she kicked it away.
As Angelica Luddy clears it.
Out of bounds, we'll see. Lights are on here at McKinley Field. Not incredibly dark out right now, though. But with the clouds and the threat of precipitation in the area, they'll bring those lights on. Although blue sky is right above us, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to make a start to come out, but I don't think the gray clouds are later. Already moved just yet.
It's a battle that we'll watch. And that is... blanked on the name. That was McQueen that kicked it away for Urbana.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yep. It looks like St. Edward is doing a pretty good job of getting opportunities, Shelbert. What would you say to that? They're doing a better job than they were earlier of getting it onto the other side of the field.
Yeah, I feel they're they're being aggressive and trying to take advantage of the open chances they do have. And whenever we slip up, they try to grab it.
Yep. Header by Hanks. And battling for it is Urbana. St. Edward is going to lose that battle as Hanks is going to come out of it. Pass to Poor, back to Hanks. Nice pass from Sierra.
Hanks.
And Lexi Jones back to Hanks. What a pass that was from Lexi.
Hanks.
Pass across the field to
She
Sierra. Oh, that shot was blocked by St. Edward. Here's Kiyodara.
Really good defending down here by St. Edward.
And it is just St. Edward, and I believe no S on the name.
No, it's not something you see often, but it is St. Edward, not Edwards.
Yep. It's kind of like St. Thomas More. You know, I think a lot of people would think it's M-O-O-R-E. It's just more, like M-O-R-E. And for years I spelled it wrong, but
for years. You know, we all make mistakes, Joey. You know, we are human.
Just gotta live and learn.
Becca Hanks all over the field today.
Yep. And in this weather, you know, it's just, and this is something that my colleague Ricardo Vargas used to say, heart, hustle, and muscle is going to win this game. And both teams are showing that right now. They're doing a pretty good job. St. Edward's going to take it up. This is number 24, Ashley Lopez.
Kildare pressuring.
Goes out of bounds, and Urbana will throw it in.
You know, Joey, in about the first 15 minutes we were on Urbana's half. Now it seems to look like St. Edwards is trying to prove a point here.
Yep. They won't back down easily. This is going to be kicked out of bounds by someone, and we'll see where the call goes. It will be Urbana ball.
Urbana retains possession.
And throw goes in. Medella is there to kick it. Goes to Hanks.
Hanks finds Poor. Poor makes a run. Poor. Oh.
Intended for Lexi Jones, but it did not find her. Here's
Kaylee McQueen
Kaylee
dishes
McQueen.
it back. She finds Jones. Jones goes for the run.
If Jones can get there, that would have been a good shot at or a good look at a shot out of bounds.
St. Edward throws it away. Urbana ball.
You know, a lot of people don't consider soccer to be a fast-paced game, but, you know, watching the action here live in person at least, I mean, this game, there's no breaks.
No, there isn't.
I mean,
and
it's just you
know, before I played, I wasn't really sure how soccer went, but, you know, on the game, you know, playing in-game, you know, you think, you know, you're not really going in, I didn't really know what to expect, but as I started playing, you know, it's not just sitting around a game, you know, you're not walking the entire time. It's
not a walk in the park. And that's a good point. You played varsity soccer, I believe, this past year.
JV and varsity, yep. First time.
Now tell me, what's it like playing under the direction of head coach Randy Blackman? I know, you know, he doesn't like losing.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. I think he's the what's the word? He's the worst fan of losing. If that's something else to say. But
biggest enemy of losing.
Yeah. There you go. Yep. Couldn't find the words. Yeah, biggest enemy of losing. Yeah. I mean, but you know, he's just a great coach to be under.
Yeah.
He believes in all his players. When put in the work, and you know, he believes that if we work hard in practice and everything, and become dedicated, the results will come out in the end.
Yep. Yeah. As recently as 2012, I think the soccer team finished second in the state.
Yeah.
Of
losing to
Illinois.
Losing to. Yeah. Losing to Peoria Notre Dame back in 2012.
Yep. Yeah, and then you guys, you know, I mean, I don't think they've had a bad season in a while. This past season, I believe, don't know who you guys lost to in regionals.
In regionals this year, this past season, we lost to Muhammad in PKs.
Yeah, well, that's a tough way to lose.
Yeah, just by one.
How far did Muhammad go? Do you have any idea?
I have no clue. I know they won the regional championship because they beat us.
Yeah,
but
obviously.
Yeah. But I mean, after us, you know, I was, you know, pretty, you know, upset. So.
Oh, no! And meanwhile, St. Edwards.
Oh.
Did they score? Offsides. Wow.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Lucky call.
St. Edwards looking for the score, but the refs overruled the call, and it is offsides.
Yeah, we got so caught up in that little tangent. We didn't realize just how close St. Edwards was to scoring. They scored for all intents and purposes until the offside call wiped it off. It was a nice job by Letty down there. I mean, I think she had a save.
Yeah, she scrapped.
She scrapped, and just So that could be a big play later on in the game when you look at the goal that was not for St. Edwards.
St. Edwards throws it away. Tigers possession.
Now, Shepard, I'm noticing because of the precipitation we've had, you know, that's obviously it's soaked into the turf here.
Yeah, it has.
And it's slowing the ball down a lot. It's not rolling like it would normally.
Had the turf been dry, you know, the ball just keep going and going, but, you know, with all the water and everything, it tends to slow it down.
Yep.
I mean, but lately, like, the weather's been so bad. You know, track meets have been canceled.
Oh, yeah. Middle school track meet here got canceled just last night.
Yeah, this past Wednesday, the boys, the varsity boys, are supposed to have a track meet in Rantoul against the Danville Vikings. a longer run tool. And it didn't happen because of the weather, and it was just raining, and it was just so bad. It just didn't happen.
I also think another thing that's going to be slowing the ball down is the fact that there has been a game on this field. And that kind of brings the water and stuff back up.
Oh, right.
So, and plus, I mean, it was sleeting just not, maybe a half hour ago.
Yeah.
So, a fresh round of
Urbana fights
water,
for the ball. Davenport is put onto the field. Davenport really excelled at volleyball. She played varsity volleyball all 4 years in high school.
Yeah, she, I believe, is going to college. Is she playing volleyball? Yeah.
It sure is.
I didn't know if she was going to college for volleyball. Yeah, certainly a volleyball standout. And, soccer, you should try your hand in it, It's her senior year, of course, so you want to branch out.
Right. Nothing wrong with trying new things.
Yep. And now, what's the injury risk like in soccer?
Oh, man. I didn't realize how physical soccer was, I thought it was a non-physical sport. I'm thinking everyone is just.
Oof.
Whoa.
Hold that thought, Shelbert. St. Edward on the
With
board.
The goal.
That was a beautiful goal. I mean, just lofted it right above pretty much everyone's head.
Pretty much. He's about 15 yards out, Joey.
Yeah, that was a beautiful goal. I didn't catch the number of the player who scored that.
I think it was number 12.
And St. Edward on the board early. 1-0 lead. That was
Hey, that was a beautiful kick.
that was nice. So now Urbana's down early. 18:33 left in the first half.
Ravon subs back in for Davenport.
Davenport wasn't on the field for very long.
No, she wasn't. Got in and got right back out. Did you ever find out who scored that goal, Joey?
You said it was number 12? That would be Mariel Franco, if that was indeed the case.
Ravon with the bring down. The ball's in Urbana's quarters.
We'll figure out who scored that goal a little later on, Shelbert. So many people in the press box right now.
Yeah.
It's a party. Urbana's got to be careful here. St. Edward has the chance to score pretty quickly. Hold that thought. Sierra Poor did a nice little job. There's a little spin move down there. Out of bounds. It'll be St. Edward ball.
Yeah, just a brain cramp on McQueen. She just let it out of her grasp. We had the ball and then just wasn't watching her feet and just walked out of bounds.
Kicked out of bounds.
Yeah, another throwaway by St. Edward. It's happened a few times today.
I'd like to remind you to join us tomorrow afternoon for either what will be the third place or championship game of this tournament. We'll cover the Urbana game, so don't know which game that will be. We will know at the end of this game. Actually, I don't know if we'll know at the end of this, because there are games to be played tomorrow morning, I believe, beginning at 8 a.m. Look at my schedule.
Yeah, bright and early.
Yeah.
I would be here that early tomorrow, Joey, but, tomorrow I'm taking the big ACT tomorrow.
The ACT, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a test I'm looking forward to. I can assure you that.
No.
What time is the ACT scheduled for?
Scheduled for 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Well, so you could be here in the afternoon.
I might be.
Nothing like a good broadcast to get you back to reality.
Right.
We'll see
traveling to Bloomington, so got to be up bright and early.
Yeah. Are you taking the ACT in Bloomington?
Yep.
Oh,
yes,
wow.
Sir. Yeah, I was offered to take it at Urbana, but I just didn't feel comfortable taking it on the computer, typing an essay.
Yeah.
A time essay at that,
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. I'm not a very good speed typer myself.
Right, so, I didn't want the pressure and everything.
Yep.
So just wanted to take it safe and take a route that I knew.
As chance for St. Edward, no good. It'll go out of bounds.
Owens kicks it out.
Yep.
Sink. Seeing her first time on the field today.
And Owen had a goal last time we
did.
covered girls soccer for Urbana. A pretty nice goal, actually. She was one of 4 people that I believe scored. So that was nice. I think taking the ACT in Bloomington, that also gives you a little bit of a change of scenery.
Yeah, it does.
So that could be beneficial.
My first time was in Danville, so
Danville.
I mean, it wasn't too bad.
Yep.
But
How'd you do on that one in Danville?
I did pretty good. I did pretty well, for falling asleep on the English part, I did, I think I did pretty well. But, just want to take the second time, to see if I can do it, see if I can do better,
Yeah. See if you can stay awake, I think, would be the goal.
Yeah. Becca Hanks with the killer crossover.
Yeah. But at least you admit it. I mean, like at the talent show yesterday, I admitted that I was watching the Masters in class.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Could have been doing my schoolwork.
Right,
I mean, the Masters is the golf tournament of all tournaments.
Right,
it's the Super Bowl of golf. Looks like we have a player down for St. Edwards. She gets back up. That was number 12, Mariel Franco, that looked to be shaken up. But she gets back up.
She's up and running again.
Yeah. And you have to be tough to play this game.
Yeah, you do.
It's not easy at all.
Yeah, it was a few times where I got hit and I just I didn't know what I was gonna get back up or not because the hits were so hard. I almost felt like I was in football, not soccer.
Yeah. Football, not football.
Yeah. Right. There you go.
Yep. We'll see. This will be Owen on the kick, it looks like, from near the Tigers' goal.
About a 20-yarder.
Tigers just have to get back to what they were doing earlier.
Yeah.
At the start of this game, opening 5 minutes.
Yeah, the ball. St. Edwards has had possession of the ball in the past 10 minutes, Joey, and it's just nobody wants to do anything. And then as we're speaking, Hanks makes a run, and it's taken away again by St. Edwards.
It's like St. Edward flipped a switch. And,
really.
And they've just
turned it on
and
got the ball, and it didn't stop.
Yeah, they've certainly dominated in the recent part of this game, as that'll be kicked off of Kaylee McQueen, and it'll be Edward ball. Here's Poor.
Oh. Urbana should work to get it out, but good defending by number 15 on Urbana.
Cora McQueen.
When
you've done as many games as I have, Shelbert, you get the names down.
Right.
Especially with basketball.
Oh, yeah. Well, basketball,
Not that many players on the court. Yeah.
Yeah. 5 is a big jump to 11, Joey.
Yeah. And with the subs, too. But, yeah. Right. And it also helps for basketball being a manager as well. You really get the storylines from inside the program.
Right.
Lexi Jones kicked it. And this is the furthest Urbana's pushed it down the field into St. Edward territory in recent memory here.
This has been an early game, around 34.
This will be Kiyodara.
Kiyodara passed to Poor.
Good chance. And that'll be fielded by the goalie
of
St. Edwards. We'll
Great pass by Poor.
Speculate and say that's Natalie McQueen, the goalie for St. Edward.
All right. Well, Joey, it looked like the sun has made its way out.
The sun in full force, shining on the field.
All right. Although it still looks like we have some flurries outside.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all cloud to the right of us.
Yeah.
On the left.
But the sun has found its way out.
And that field looks beautiful
It does.
in this lighting. Well, I mean, look at that.
Yeah, where there's a will, there's a way, Joey.
Yeah. And perhaps Urbana can get things going now that the sun's out.
Yeah, right. Maybe shine some light on our players here and get us going.
Out of bounds, and they'll say that will be kicked off of the St. Edward player. That could have gone either way.
Yeah.
But they'll give it to Urbana.
Right. As a ref, you have to make those, As a ref, you're putting on a lot of pressure. People expect you to make calls that they, feel should be called, but you can't please everybody as a ref.
I'm thinking about applying to be a kickball official for the Park District.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sounds nice, Joey.
Yeah. So I'll learn that the hard way, I'm sure.
Right.
There were a few questionable games from the officials during basketball season.
Yeah, a few actually.
A few.
Well, I think a few is an understatement, but I don't think we'll go there today.
Well, yeah, I like the officials during basketball season for the most part. The manual game, for me, is the one that sticks out where they were just terrible.
Yeah.
But you're going to have off nights as an official.
Yeah.
No one's perfect.
Right. And as a player, you have to understand that you won't get every call, you know. Even if you do think or know for a fact, that you deserve the call, you won't always get it.
Yep.
So you got to fight and keep playing.
Yep. And it's what Coach Barnett, or Coach Hub, he's known to, by everyone. Freshman coach for the Tigers basketball team. He said this, and it applies so well to every sport. You have to play well to take the officials out of the game. Right. If you're playing well and you're doing what you need to be doing, the officials aren't going to, dictate anything.
Right. I mean, but, if you play, the whole, every quarter, thinking about, what call the ref is going to make, whether you travel, double dribble, or, goaltended, you're not going to get anywhere. So, like you were saying about Coach Hub, Joey, you have to take the refs out of the game.
Yep. This will be fielded by Letty down in front of the Urbana goal. She'll punt it away. The Urbana varsity basketball team still without a coach.
Yeah.
No coach
named
still
yet. Job searching.
Yep. Believe they're in the process of interviews.
Yeah. Joey and I were talking, we think about, we should get some legendary coaches on our staff.
Yeah, Phil Jackson.
Phil Jackson and Tom Thibodeau.
Scott Brooks doesn't have a job. I was just talking about this with Jason on yesterday's softball broadcast. Yeah. Yeah, there's some Phil Jackson, I don't think he'd leave his perch with the Knicks.
No.
But you get Tom Thibodeau.
Right.
Man, it's just and we hired Chris Menig, so nothing's out of the equation.
Right, yeah.
We're going big.
Yeah. And so, Urbana High School clearly has connections.
Yep.
And hopefully we'll find, the right coach that deserves to be with the Urbana boys varsity basketball.
Yep. And we're both managers,
right?
So that we're probably a little more invested than anyone
most.
else is into this story. But I don't. If they go with an inside hire, Coach Butler, Coach Nelson, whoever it may be, they can't go wrong. If they go with an outside hire, they can't go wrong. So, well, I guess there'd be more room to go wrong with, but that's beside the point.
Hanks with the ball being hardly guarded.
Well, Hanks no longer has the ball. It's St.
Got
Edward
ripped.
moving it. Kicked out of bounds by Kara Moonrow, I believe that is. Another freshman for Urbana that we talked about earlier.
They got about 7. A lot of freshmen, with young talent that they hope they can add to, Urbana's
pool of already existing pool of talent.
Yeah. And
there's a little shoving going on. Is that Courtney Falk, I think? That was, yep.
That looks like,
Yep.
Looks like she tried to trample a player from St. Edwards.
We mentioned she played basketball at middle school. She also played basketball at the high school level. Had a...
Yeah, back in middle school, they had a dominating team.
Oh, especially my 7th grade year. The 7th grade team went to state. Your 8th grade year.
Yeah, I do remember that, coming to school, and just waiting for, watching the 7th graders play. Usually it'd be the other way around, Not that the 8th graders were, bad in any way, but, watching the 7th graders was just spectacular.
Yeah, and it's a feeling that I don't think was recaptured until the 7th grade boys team at the middle school this past year was just, that was a fun team to watch. They would just dominate everyone as this shot is wide right for St. Edward. They would, such a fun team to watch. Ended up finishing 3rd in the state.
Right, as any coach, would be proud to finish in state.
Yeah.
Not our coaches make it to state, so. I think, any strides you make in state, you should be proud of, whether it's, first or, if you win state, then you're obviously going to be proud, but,
And this will go out of bounds. It'll be Urbana ball. Now, Shubert kind of corral things back and get to the action. 5 minutes and 50 seconds left in the half. What does Urbana do to get a quick goal before the end of the half?
Well, if they sort of pick things up and try to attempt to match, St. Edwards' I mean, St. Edward, sorry, my bad.
Yep.
Try to match St. Edward intensity. I think we make something happen. But, I mean, until then, I don't think Urbana will be able to do much.
Yeah, St. Edward's, for St. Edward, making the same mistake you did as that goes wide right. They've really controlled the game, I think. Urbana controlled maybe the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, but then after that, things kind of let loose, and St. Edward just sort of took over the game and wanted to show who had the higher hand. And as they actually do, as the score shows, 1-0. As Ravon makes a run.
And that's Asia Ravon. Ooh, a nice job by Edward to poke it loose. Here is, that was going to be
McQueen
McQueen.
Poor rattling for the ball airborne.
Yep. McQueen didn't make that pass willingly. It was forced by a St. Edward player. Play will be stopped. A whistle is blown. Perhaps offsides or
free kick
something.
from the 45 that is taken by St. Edward.
That was a nice free kick.
Yeah, it was.
It's going to go out of bounds.
Nobody able to get to it in time, so.
Now, did they kick it that deep just to maybe try and stall? Are they going to just try to sit on this lead and not do anything before the half? Because I imagine, they're pretty cold. They just want to warm up.
Right. I mean, if anything, you have the upper hand, and you want to keep it that way, so you try to play even harder. You don't want to let anything slip or give the other team any chances or hope that they'll, come back and score and even up the game. Because, since we are in a tournament, I believe when the game's tied, then, someone has to win. So we will go into PKs.
Yeah. Yeah, so we saw that last year at the girls' soccer invitational.
Yeah.
Forgot who the opponent was. It wasn't St. Edward. I think it might have been Geneseo.
No.
Geneseo.
Which I wasn't in attendance for, but I did hear about it at school.
Yeah. Yeah, that was against Herscher. It was a great game to watch. Did commentary with myself for the first.
Oh, really?
First until there were 10 minutes left in the second half, and then Victor Font came up and joined me on the mic.
How was that?
It was pretty good. And then he got to do the last part of the second half, and then penalty kicks.
Yeah. Poor Hanks. Ooh, Hanks finds McQueen.
McQueen has a chance. Whistle's
but she's
blown.
offside. Great pass by Hanks. I think Queen saw a goal in her eyes until she heard the whistle.
Yeah, she certainly did see a goal, Shelbert. Now, as a player, are you thinking of offsides in a situation like that, or are you just trying to score?
Joey, not at all. When you see when someone gives you a go-ahead ball and and you see it in your eyes, you're not thinking about anything else except getting to the ball. And then after you hear the whistle, then you stop. But until then, you just keep running, Joey.
Yep. This will be Heidi Pierce. Now Hanks, it goes out of bounds. It'll be St. Edward ball. When I played recess soccer in elementary school,
right,
and in Rogers, Arkansas, soccer certainly was the most popular game on the schoolyard by far, and didn't score at all. As this goes out of bounds, it'll be perhaps a corner for St. Edward. Didn't score at all until this one afternoon. Scored 2 goals, beautiful goals, right? Just from about where I think the 10-yard line would be.
Right.
And, didn't score again after that, and then I moved. But on that one day,
right. You had to set the tone.
Yep, I felt it. St. Edward has a chance to score. Minute 27 left before the half expires.
St. Edward has it in possession, but kicked out by
Medella.
Peeble.
Oh, and Medella. Look out.
Makes a run. She finds Jones.
And Jones, St. Thomas, or not St. Thomas more, I should say. St. Edward is going to catch up, yeah. Lexi Jones.
Fighting.
Whistle was blown on the field behind us.
Ooh.
Kicked right off of Kaylee McQueen's head.
Back in.
Header from
Theodora with the header. Becca with the touch. She crosses.
Move. Look up for Jones.
Ooh.
It's kicked out by St. Edwards.
Tigers will retain possession.
Thrown
McQueen
in by
throws
McQueen.
it in. Oh, just barely off her mark and header by Theodora.
want to point out real quick for Kaylee McQueen, it helps that Cora McQueen, her sister's on varsity, perhaps was able to help get her in shape. And
All right.
we'll get a little more on that later. Candy Letty goes down.
Great
Risky
save by
move.
Letty, yeah.
Risky move to go down.
You know, I mean, but you know, in those times as a keeper, you know, you just have to make, you know, have to make some risks. You know.
Here is Hanks. Hanks, if you can look up, finds McQueen.
She finds McQueen. Oh, McQueen just barely misses it.
It's going to go out of bounds, and with 10 seconds, less than that, 5 seconds left now, it'll end the half.
Yeah.
Wait for it to be officially over. Header from McQueen, and we're done.
And that is the half.
In the first half. So, Shelbert, real quick, final thoughts from that half of soccer.
Well, I think we had the Urbana. You know, I think Urbana started off great, but after about 5 to 7 minutes, you know, things just start to switch, and St. Edwards decided to take the upper hand and took control and ended up scoring. And I think that had like a downfall on the Tigers' hopes. But you know, hopefully the second half, you know, they come up with some things and change up some things, solve some problems in the field, and hopefully it'll translate second half.
Yep. Can they do it?
They can.
Yep. We will certainly hope that they can, and we will join you once more in about 10 minutes. Keep watching on the Tigers Media Network. We're in the half.
All righty. We are back from halftime, 10-minute break. As Tigers hope to push for another win in the past few games.
Indeed, they lost to Charleston, and they beat Monticello.
Yeah.
Not last Thursday, I believe the Thursday before. Actually, it was last Thursday, I believe. So you've got yourself a nice beverage and some nachos there.
I do.
I didn't eat lunch today. I was working on a project for...
Missed lunch?
Missed lunch.
No.
It's a school lunch. It's not like I'm missing a gourmet meal. Yeah.
5-star.
Yeah. Although I do hear that they're going to improve the school lunches for next year.
Yeah, they're trying to. And right now, you know, school's in renovation of it right now.
Yep.
But it'll be completely finished next year.
Yep. And certainly, hopefully, a viable alternative to off-campus lunch next year.
Yeah. Make me save some money.
Yeah. I don't have any money to save, so I certainly hope that can become an option. Ball is kicked out of bounds. 33-25 left in the second half. Quick shout out to our whole crew, you, myself, and Jason Liggett atop the press box doing the hard work. He's on the camera this afternoon.
Are we live, Joey?
We are live.
Okay, yeah.
In case you had any doubt, you know.
Because Dr. Owen asked me, you know, but I wasn't sure, and I told him, you know, if you want to ask you, I know you know.
We weren't live yesterday. We're covering the softball game at the softball field, obviously. Technical error, but that game, I believe, is available on YouTube. If it's not available on the UPTV YouTube channel right now, it will be available soon, I'm sure. I don't blame you for eating those nachos. They look pretty good to me, I got to say.
Yeah, guys, excuse me.
It's a good time. It's a good time here in the press box. They did switch sides, so Urbana going the opposite direction that they were trying to attack last time. Didn't have too much success on offense last half.
No.
But they are a second half team, I think, on offense.
Yeah.
Usually.
You know, I think that's kind of safe to say for all of Urbana sports. I mean,
well, I don't know how many basketball games you watched. The third quarter occurs.
Okay. Maybe not for boys varsity basketball. Yeah, I mean, the third quarter was just hectic for us.
It was terrible for us this year. But I see what you're saying. Football, they are they played better in the second half than they did first half this year.
St. Edward makes a stride. Shot goes up. It's far left.
Wide left. I think that might have hit the goal, the net, I should say, after the fact. Now get a new ball, and Urbana will kick it away. This will be Medella. And
I can say as a soccer player, when you see a ball going towards your own goal, it's kind of like it's kind of like threatening. Like you're just like, oh, I hope the ball doesn't go into that net.
Yeah.
Sierra stripped.
That would be what I would be thinking if I was playing soccer. Don't let the ball go into the net.
No.
As it goes the other way. About a half hour and a little more left in the game here. When we're on top of the press box doing commentary, especially with how it's been, with the cold and everything, that's when I really start counting down.
Well, yeah, because I remember I want to say it was last week, you were broadcasting the game and you were outside.
Yeah.
Up top with Jason, and you had Steven and...
Steven was there, yeah.
Miller,
yeah. And it was pretty much like, we've got a minute 45 left and a minute 42 now. It was that kind of game. But we were up 5-2 or whatever, so it wasn't a game to really keep an eye on at that point. But this game, it's so close. You're only down by 1. Certainly you can't allow St. Edward to score again. Otherwise,
not at all.
The way this game's gone, you've got to figure that might just seal it.
I feel like putting my shoes in Urbana, if St. Edward were to score again, I think it'd be like a letdown.
Look out! Look out! They're knotted up down there. Rebecca Hanks is there, and she gets it away from the goal. That was a nice job.
Oh, she
keeps it in bounds.
She finds Poor.
That awoke
Poor
the
finds
press
her back.
Back to St. Edward.
Yeah,
but I got to tell you, Shelbert, that woke up the press box.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, that was pretty live down there. Thrown by McQueen.
Here comes Hanks.
Other than Hanks, number 6, I think her and Sierra, Poor, number 9, I think I can say, they lead the team as Jenny Olmedo is in the press box with us. She's not playing due to an injury.
And neither is Kiera Moses. She's out as well. Hanks and Lexi Jones was not on the field against Monticello. And I thought that would have been a larger loss than it was. But
yeah, I do too. I think Jones has missed. I want to say maybe 2 games this season. But I think she's happy to be back.
Certainly, she loves the game. As all these players do.
As anyone else would. I believe Jones, Hanks, and Poor played on the same IFC team together for a few years.
Out of bounds on St. Edward.
So, their team chemistry is up to par.
Yep.
As McQueen throws it in.
Chemistry really does help.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, you can't be on a team where, you have tension between players.
Yep.
As number 1 from St. Edward. St. Edward.
Number 1. That's a tough name.
Yeah, Domingo.
Domingo, the last name,
made a run downfield.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, Shelbert, it's easy to slide into commentary with you because we would do some commentary on the bench for some of those basketball games. The away ones that I wasn't broadcasting.
Right.
And, you would usually film the ones that I was broadcasting sitting right next to me,
Right,
talking about the game.
Right.
Good times. Not the best of seasons for the varsity basketball team.
No, it wasn't. But, every, school have their, a down season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, certainly it's not anything that you can avoid. It's going to happen.
Right. And I know the Poor down.
Doesn't look good. but she's going to get back up. Oh, looks like a leg. Yeah,
yes.
that doesn't look good at all.
No, she couldn't even stand.
That looks like a pretty substantial injury, and the clock will stop.
The clock has stopped. His teammates, Ravon Jones, and Hanks. Ravon Jones and Hanks. Hold up, poor. You have the trainer on her.
And certainly, Shelbert, we hate to speculate, but that looked like a knee injury or something.
Yeah, knee or leg injuries is never good. And the two teams will huddle and talk about what they should do following this upset. But I think Poor has committed and signed, to continue her education and soccer career in college, somewhere up north near Joliet in Chicago. I don't know exactly where, but I know she has committed to playing soccer in college.
Yeah,
she's
as several of these players have.
Yeah, she's on her feet, walking again.
Clock has stopped at 26:51. Yeah, she looks to be walking under her own power, jogging, as a matter of fact, as we see her move off the field. That's great to see.
Yeah, so I think she'll take her breather. But as far as I'm concerned, I think she'll be back on the field sooner than not.
Yeah. Certainly, probably a further evaluation over there coming. Probably get her warmed up a little bit on the sideline. It is very cold outside. We can't stress that enough. Although not as bad as I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be like raining and sleet. Just one of those games with how it was going earlier.
I did too. When I got out of practice, probably maybe 30 minutes before I'm supposed to start broadcasting, and I come outside and I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw snow.
Yeah. Well, it was more like sleet, but it's the same.
Right.
It's in the same family, yeah. And it was really coming down earlier. It was hailing, I think, earlier too. It was just, it was insane.
Yeah, it was almost like a random pour. I think I was, sitting in class and I turned my head and I just see rain.
Yeah. It was like just insane weather. I remember watching. It was the NASCAR race at Las Vegas, third race of the season earlier this year. It rained before the race. It was cloudy. Then the sun came out. I think the clouds came back. Clouds went away, and then they got hit with the sandstorm. So it was. That was some bizarre weather. Yeah.
It's 22 from St. Elbert breaks away. I don't think I saw 22's name on the sheet for the roster.
Imagine if we got hit with the sandstorm in Urbana.
Oh, that would suck, Joey.
That would be not ideal. Nice job by Mandela to just
kicks it out, but
that was a safe call. Get the ball away from Letty, Angelica Letty, the goalie.
Yeah, it almost looked like they had some miscommunication going down there. I think Letty wanted to pick it up, but people didn't see her coming and just kicked it away.
Ravon has it now. Ravon looked like she might have been able to get things going. Sophie Davenport is on the field
back
for
again.
Urbana.
Davenport and Ravon play volleyball with each other. Davenport is a senior, and like we said earlier in the first half, she has committed. But Ravon also excels at volleyball at our school, playing volleyball varsity all 4 years of her high school career as well. And Poor is back on the field after warming up and coming back from being down a few minutes ago, as we saw.
And the way she went down, I never would have expected that.
No, not at all.
The physical toughness you need to play this game in display here.
Yeah.
And she makes her way back onto the field. This is kicked
by Medella
out of bounds. Yep. It was a nice kick. It was a
beautiful
kick. Yeah.
About 40 yards out.
Yeah, that was. And I remember it was the Powder Puff game. Lexi Jones kicked what I think it was like a 35-yard field goal.
Oh yeah,
twice.
Yeah. For the Powder Puff game this year, juniors versus seniors, as a tradition, we do every year during Surreal Week.
I coached the juniors, and Coach Dutton, math teacher, he coached the seniors.
Yeah, the winning seniors as they pulled the victory that night.
I underestimated him greatly. That was not a fun game for me. But Lexi Jones had a good one, and it was a bright spot.
Yes, he did.
And
Following that, following that goal, a lot of football boys had asked her to if she would be able to be the kicker on the team, and for a while I think she took that Jones. I think Jones took that into consideration, but
well, she's still got some time to
right
consider. I mean, football season doesn't start until August.
Yeah.
Walter Dunsing, the kicker this past year, will have graduated.
Right.
So. Meanwhile, the Tigers still scoreless, but Shelburne they have time. 22.5 minutes on the clock.
All right, so a little over 12 minutes into the game, and St. Edward still seems to have the ball in position. The Tigers not trying to fight, but not really making anything big.
Lexi Jones tried a beautiful kick by St. Edward. Medella has some speed. I've
yes,
noticed
she does. Yeah.
She can get there.
Yeah, Medella. I think she Joe, I think they might run in the family, with her brother, Demiso on the soccer team.
Yeah.
He's probably one of the faster players on the team. As you watch him, play and everything. Yeah, so I think those two siblings share that genetic.
Now, who's the fastest player you'd say on the boys team, knowing that there are several boys soccer players in the press box right now?
The fastest, man, Joey. I'm not even sure I can say that. I mean, I can probably say, myself, I am fast, but but as far as ball handling, speed with the ball, that probably have to be between, probably I want to say, probably John, John Demiso or Bennett.
Bennett, sophomore, yeah.
Yeah.
St. Edward has a chance here. They've moved the ball. Here's Sierra.
Yep.
Nice move from Poor, and she is going to kick it up right to a St. Edward player, but Kiyodara is there.
Kiyodara finds Jones. Jones with the breakaway. Is she going to score?
To put on the wheels.
Oh, good
Can't
defending by 28 on St. Edward.
This is a big call here. Who do they say it went out on? Definitely looked like it went out on St. Edward.
Yeah.
And indeed, that'll be the call. So now, how does Urbana set up a goal from this position on the field right here?
I mean, like they do, you can't always penetrate, straight through the middle because it's all traffic is always going to be there. So you got to work your way in, So I would say, try to keep the ball on the outside and then work your way in.
Yep. Heidi Pierce putting on the wheels there. She gets to the ball before St. Edward can. Kicks it out of bounds. Nice, safe decision to prevent St. Edwards from. St. Edwards, there were only 3 Urbana players down there that could have prevented the goal. So, and the goalie, of course, Letty. Letty has been in the goal the whole game this afternoon. We've seen Courtney Falk play some keeper in the past. She's both are listed as goalies on the roster. As they finally shut that window here in the I was wondering why they had that open, this window in the press box. But
could actually close it.
Yeah. Another shout out to Jason Liggett. He's out there in the cold working on camera.
Yeah. He sacrificed our lives and allowed us to have the honor of being in the heating system.
Yeah. Very warm. It's warm in the press box.
Yeah. The ball again thrown away by St. Edwards.
Yep. It'll be Urbana ball. Hanks will throw it in. Now, who do they go to if you're Urbana here to score.
know,
You know, Lexi can score. You know, I mean.
Yeah, Lexi can score, but in this situation, you're probably looking for either Poor, as you said, Jones,
Here's Owen.
and/or
Owen can score too.
and/or Hanks.
Here's McQueen. Oh, couldn't get there. To Owen, she couldn't field it. To Kiyodara now. Who couldn't field it. Now Owen's going to field it and kick it out of bounds. These are the frustrating ones, Shelbert.
Yeah.
When you're so close, it's 1-0. You've done everything you can on defense, pretty much, for the most part. You just can't get that goal. Could we have a goal from Urbana here? No, we will not. Not immediately, at least. It goes to McQueen.
Queen finds Jones in the corner. What will Jones do? Gets the ball off her foot.
McQueen. This will go out.
Omedo showing some frustration in the press box.
Yeah. Soccer, I've said it's a very passionate sport.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's more serene sport than, football
right.
But I mean, it's a passionate sport. When you're on top of the press box, you can hear the spectators. I mean, they're yelling. They get into it.
Yeah, I mean, because soccer is one of those games where it's not like 71 to 69 or anything.
Yeah.
So when a goal is scored, teams the opposing team doesn't take that lightly, but the team who does score, you
can celebrate a little bit.
Yeah, takes a chance to celebrate.
And I'd hold that in. I'd hold hockey in the same regard, and
right.
Hockey certainly there's a lot more violence.
Yeah.
Hockey's probably I've always said this. Hockey's the toughest sport of all to play. It requires the most toughness. As this is kicked out of bounds, looks like that was Jones down there, Lexi Jones. But yeah, sports like soccer and hockey and trying to think of what else. Lacrosse, I guess you could say.
I don't know much about lacrosse, but rugby might also fall into that. Well, no,
I don't. No. Rugby's like.
No. Yeah. I mean, rugby.
Rugby's kind of like football. Yeah.
Being football with no pads or anything.
Yeah. Real quick, Shelbert, I wanted to ask this question. Well, we'll hold that thought as St. Edward has a chance to score. And Medella gets there in time. A nice job from
great defending by
Medella. Now, playing soccer on turf, you prefer turf or grass as a player? I've always thought it'd be grass.
No.
You don't have the burns.
No.
Because turf burns will hurt you.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't get my first turf burn until track practice, actually, but... but no, playing soccer, no. I mean, I know from my perspective, I know I would. I don't really like playing soccer on grass because in some places, like the ground isn't always level. Find a lot of bumps and stuff. And
That's
true. When you're running and stuff, the grass and the dirt and everything tends to come up a lot more. I mean, but with turfs, everything's smooth.
Yeah,
you don't have to worry about anything being uneven.
I hadn't considered that. So, but I mean, turf for like an MLS grade, one of those nice.
Right.
Or it's like the green on a golf course. The grass, yeah.
Right.
Or I don't know, just golf course quality grass.
Right. I gotta
choose the grass and that.
I mean, probably. Yeah. I mean, but I've never stepped foot on those stages, so I can't really say. But I mean, I don't know. I still feel like I would choose turf. And Jones and
that
Jones
pass didn't have enough
down,
on it.
But seems like Urbana will retain possession.
Yep.
And Jones goes down hard.
Pass up the field just didn't have enough on it. I don't think.
No, I think Jones was looking to score, just he was not down. As the famous Bennett Anderson enters the press box.
Bennett is a name that's known around the school.
Yeah, it is.
I want to point out that Superintendent Don Owen and company. They've got like their own press box
next door,
right beside us.
Right,
The
VIP.
luxury suite, yeah. All in good fun.
Urbana rotating the ball. Oh, and goes out of bounds.
They don't have access to the commentary, it doesn't look like, so
No.
it's their loss.
You know, Joey, with time winding down, 13-20 left in the first half, you know, Urbana has to score.
Yeah, they certainly do. And they've been doing a better job this half of getting it onto the other side of the field. And they're playing aggressively right now.
Yeah, they are.
Here's Poor. Whistle blown. 13 minutes left.
What are your thoughts on Urbana coming back and having a chance in the game?
Well, they can do it. I mean, it's not over till it's over. Certainly, that's probably the most repeated phrase in sports. But, they've played good defense, I think.
Right.
And just, I don't know the most about soccer, but I would say they've played pretty solid defensively.
Right. And Joey, with that remark, the game is never over. That reminds me of an NCAA men's college basketball championship that went on last week against Villanova
Yeah,
and
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Man.
And the last shot by I want to say his name was Chris Jenkins.
Chris, Kris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jenkins. It was
and that was right after a three from Marcus Page.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a spectacular three, double clutch three, that went in, and then Villanova, as UNC tied up the game, Villanova went on to crush everybody in UNC's dream.
Cora McQueen.
Oh. No.
Sorry to cut you off there.
No, it's fine. Yeah, Cora takes a free kick, but she was unlucky. The goalkeeper found it in her hand, so it didn't count. It didn't go in.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Texas A&M and Northern Iowa. A&M was down like 10 with a minute left, and they came back and won in double overtime. Also in that tournament. I have to be fully honest with you, Shelbert, though. I wasn't listening entirely to what you're saying, because right as you're saying that, they opened up a window to the right of us, Jennifer Olomino did, and started cheering on her teammates, Cora McQueen on the kick. Risky call by Angelica Letty. Shelbert, if you were the goalie, would you have come that far out of the goal?
I definitely would have come that far. I mean,
She made it work.
Yeah.
But
I mean, like I said earlier, as a goalie, you're the only one in the goal.
Yeah.
You have to, take what's yours. So anything that comes in the box, you have to, take advantage or, just even try,
Yeah. Farther now, I mean, you got to risk versus reward, I guess. It's go big or go home at this point. 10:25 left in the ball game.
Yeah.
First time I've said ball game today. I usually say that word a lot. It's one of my favorite words to use on the broadcast.
Yeah. It looked like Urbana is trying to make a stride to come back, but
they're
St.
trying.
Edwards just doesn't want to let the cap off the lid.
Don't want to take the top off the tea kettle.
Yeah.
We don't know who St. Edward's mascot is.
I no clue.
It hasn't been a huge deal.
Joey sets off the mic. But Ravon subbed back in as number 17, St. Edwards, touches the ball.
I just wanted to check the game of the score of the game behind us. Someone brought it up, but behind me, it's also a 1-0 draw, or not one. It's not a draw. A draw is a tie. It's a 1-0 game. With 11 left in the second half over there. STM and Marshfield going on behind us.
The ball got pretty deep Heidi with the moves.
Into Urbana territory.
Ravon finds
Hanks. Hanks up the nice kick, but I didn't even see the St. Edwards player there. And out of bounds. Like to remind you real quick, our broadcast this evening presented by athletics2000.com/Urbana, your home for Tigers rosters, schedules, and more. athletics2000.com/Urbana. This Tigers Media Network presentation jointly produced with Urbana Public Television and the NFHS Network. So that's worth noting. 8:10 left, second half. Shelbert, time's dwindling. I mean,
it is. And it's going pretty fast. 6 seconds ago, I thought it was like 13 minutes, but now, look.
Well, a second ago, it seems like it was 13 minutes. And watch out, corner kick, almost a goal from St. Edward, but alas, they are held scoreless.
Yeah. So now Urbana is put in a position where they have to score, and if not, their rankings will drop in the tournament, and they will not be
championship eligible, yeah. I don't think. They could still place third, though.
All right.
We will cover the game tomorrow if they are in the third-place game or the championship game.
Yeah, which hopefully they can pull out and do so. Last year, I wasn't in attendance of the tournament, but I'm not sure how far they went, but hopefully they can.
I think they at least made it to the third-place game last year. I blank on the result, but they either won or lost their first game, and they either won or lost the game after that. Pretty vague, I know, but
right.
That's how it. I'm not wrong. I mean, that's how it had to have gone.
Looked like it was a foul on Urbana. St. Edward takes possession.
.650 left in the game. I was waiting for it to get to exactly 6:50. This is the final girls soccer. I should say this is the final girls soccer game we know for sure we're broadcasting this year, and then tomorrow would be the final one that we do. You never know what's going to happen.
No, you don't. Well,
might get one or two added or something.
Yeah. But in this game, some things are unpredictable. Like I remember in the JV tournament last year, the game was tied and we were playing Norman Community, but with about 10 seconds left, Norman Community had a corner kick and a header went in with 5 seconds left. So
Yeah.
So it was kind of just deflating, man. 19 from St. Edward's just making a fool of our Urbana players right now.
This is the kind of game you don't want it to be over. You just want to keep watching it. 5:45 left to go. Can they hear me over there? They looked at me when I said that.
Oh, no. I think it was just
coincidence, yeah. They look like they're offended, like they wanted it, like. Anyways, there was an awkward silence after that. But so Shelby, I mean, you got 5:20 left. 5 minutes is a lot.
Yeah, it is.
I took a 5-minute nap when I got home. Woke up feeling refreshed. So it was an inadvertent nap. I just kind of fell asleep, but it's all good. So it's a lot of time.
I mean, hopefully Urbana can make a push and score here in these last final minutes, or else they won't be eligible, like you said, for the championship game. I think Hanks has played really well, but it hasn't really translated to the score.
Yep. With a win, just want to point this out, with a win they would play at 10 a.m. tomorrow. A loss they'd play at 8 a.m. And another reminder, we would not cover the morning game. It would be in the afternoon if we did in fact play. It did in fact cover their game tomorrow. Up to Poor. It's going to be off of a St. Edward's player, and it's going to go out of bounds. So Urbana from just in front of the 50-yard line for football. Actually, yep, from the 46, they throw it in. Hits off Poor, and Ravon is there.
With the touch, he's fighting. She's lost it. Kildor now pressuring 19 from St. Edward's. And I think Letty will pick this one up.
And this has to be a good punt from Letty. It's not a terrible punt.
But it could have been better.
Could have been better, you're right.
I don't think all hope is lost yet, but with time, dwindling down, thoughts are starting to creep into your head of, whether, they're going to win or lose. And, as a player, that's something that that's something that's hard to overcome,
Yeah. I think there are a few factors to consider. You're buried this deep down into your own territory, and, it's just going to seem impossible to get out. Well, as I say that, they make a little progress, but I think it's going to be St. Edward ball.
All right.
3:05 left, but as you said, the JV tournament last year, I wasn't there, but I'll take your word for it. That header with 5 seconds left. So
yeah.
Press box window's starting to fog up a little bit for whatever reason.
Just
in time for the But it's all good. Weather hasn't been a huge factor that I know of. It doesn't look like it's played a huge factor. You're out there moving around as much as they are. You're staying warm. We have a chance. Here's Cora McQueen on the other side of the field. Pass across. Right to St. Edward.
Oh, and it's cleared.
Goes to Owen.
Owens finds. She finds Hanks, and 2:10 is on the clock.
Oh. Hanks ran past it.
Oh,
got to cut him off here, and they do. Here's Kiyodara.
Kiyodara back, and she seemed like she was looking for Ravine. But
nice job by Medella, but it's going to go out of bounds. It's like Urbana just flipped a switch there and started playing with a little more intensity. Header by St. Edwards. Hanks is there. And header from Owen goes out of bounds. Minute 29 left, and they've got to go about 80 yards to get the goal.
Yeah.
And they've got to steal it from St. Edwards. Can they do it?
Right. Which would be difficult in this time, because, right now, St. Edwards is looking to hold this lead in the final minute remaining of the game. And we will see what Urbana has up their sleeve in these final seconds.
Nice kick from Cora. And it goes out of bounds at 25.
But Urbana will retain possession and hopefully make something of this.
Shelbert, I think this is going to be their last chance.
I think it is too, Joey.
Here's McQueen to Hanks.
Hanks cuts in.
Here's Hanks. She has a chance. She's going to make the right pass. Can't turn it over. Here's Owen. McQueen to Poor. We're under 30 seconds left in the game. And St. Edward clears it. Letty's she's got to kick it here. Pass to Falk.
19 seconds left.
We don't have time for that. Come on, off your foot.
Here goes Falk. Up, out of bounds. 10 seconds left, Shelbert.
Urbana ball. I think...
It's likely over, yeah. 3 seconds left, 2 seconds left. Shot has to come here. Instead, it's a pass to Jones. It wouldn't have mattered if they had shot that.
That is the game, Joey.
Well, Shelbert.
St. Edward beats Urbana in the first play of the game. If St. Edwards will advance, and Tigers will be in the third place.
No, they play tomorrow at 8 to determine where they will play in the afternoon. Shelbert, at least we saw an exciting game.
Yeah.
I mean, it was.
Yeah, it was for the time being.
Yes, it was. So, Shelbert, we will cover the Urbana game if they advance tomorrow. Good luck on your ACT.
Thank you, Joey.
And we leave you with that final score. St. Edward 1, Urbana 0.